back to News 3 at 4. There is an upcoming event that lets you explore some of Southern Illinois' history. We're talking about the 55th annual Fort de Chartres Rendezvous, and that will take place at the State Historic Site. In fact, there will be a parade, 1700s era food, costumes, as well as competitions and children's games. Now, I am joined now by organizer Jason Dunsing. Jason, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Okay, first, we have to talk about your getup. Now, we did before we came on, but Jason, I want to talk about this.
Sure.
This is pretty much authentic gear, correct?
Yeah, I'm dressed, I'm portraying a French Marine. The French Marines would have been the soldiers that would have been garrisoned at Fort de Chartres during its active period, so in the 1750s. So,
which is the perfect outfit for exactly what happens with the rendezvous, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about it.
Absolutely. No, our 55th annual rendezvous is coming up, and June 7th and 8th. We tried to portray what life was like back in the 18th century in the area, at one of the most prestigious historic sites that we say in the Midwest. It's at Fort de Chartres, which is a partially reconstructed stone fort. It would have been the last of 4 forts that was built there on site. 3 of the previous Fort de Chartres were wooden stockades.
Okay.
So they decided, since it was such an important area for the French, they decided to build a stone fort there. Some of the activities, you mentioned some of them already. We also have a mock battle on Sunday. That's a big crowd pleaser.
That is big.
We have all of the 5 of the premier fife and drum corps and bagpipe fife and drum corps that perform at the event.
Wow.
Some of the big things that we do also is we have a demonstrator area. We have artisans that demonstrate life ways of the 18th century. You can kind of step back in time, watch how things were made back in the 18th century. We got a food court, as you mentioned, which is always a crowd pleaser. Lots of refreshments and food in the kind of the 18th century style. So,
well, it sounds like you've got something for everyone
absolutely,
out there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in its 55th year, there has to be some big draws. Now, I know you said that the reenactment has a big draw. Is there another thing that just people just show up for?
We like to push our opening color ceremony and our retreat ceremony. So opening colors is at 10 a.m. both days, and the retreat ceremony is at 5 on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. And that's where you see the actual like military parade style.
Okay.
All the fife and drum and the bagpipe fife and drum corps lead the military reenacting groups into the fort. And then they do the color ceremony where they raise the flags in the morning and they lower them in the evening.
I bet that is an incredibly impressive display.
To the day. I grew up there, and I'll be 50 this year, and I've been probably at the event for 50 years, ever since I was a child, but that makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up watching those ceremonies.
I bet it does to the audience as
yes.
well.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, for anybody who wants to come out and watch the displays, taste the food, check out the music, where do we need to direct them? Where can they get more information?
They can go to our website, fortdechartres.net is our website, or you can find all kinds of information about us on Facebook. We've got several different pages about Fort de Chartres on Facebook.
We've got like 15 seconds left, and I'm curious. You said that this, you've been part of it for 50 years just about, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What is your favorite part about the entire event?
I would say all the fife and drum corps being there all together in one place. And the atmosphere. You can't beat it. We're out in the middle of nowhere, which is kind of a curse, but it's also a blessing when it comes to these events, is when you're camping out there, it actually makes you feel like you're in the 18th century. There's no light pollution or anything like that. You're out there under the stars. And
you're just really immersed in the event, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for actually giving us a firsthand account and a participation account. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no.
Know you'll have a big crowd as usual.
Oh, yes. We're looking forward to it.